guys, welcome back to E-Monk. Sorry I didn't get all of my videos up in time before Yamacon, but I did happen to record almost everything, so that works out. And I figured instead of wearing my costume, I would break it down and show it to you. Here is the pants. This is what this video is going to be about, as you can tell from the title. Here is the spikes. They're a little bit damaged from where they sat in the laundry basket, so excuse that. But as you can see, they Velcro on and off. That way I can just take it off so I can actually wash these. And this is the ribbon that goes all the way down. I glued it. And what I did is I stuck Velcro pieces on the inside to attach it to my shirt. And on the front, you'll see 3 little strips. These are here for my big bow. So, as you can see, this really helped tie the whole costume together because it helped hide the seam that I had for the shirt and everything, and so did this. And the judges were actually fairly impressed when I entered the contest. They really loved it, and they loved the girls' costumes. I ended up changing them to the Angel of Order and the Demon of Chaos. My oldest was the Demon and my youngest was the Angel, which I should have switched the roles for the convention, but it's okay. They were really tired and cranky, and I didn't get to stay long because I had to bring them back home, but I did happen to go to the After Dark stuff. So, and I do have a little bit of a recording with me and Little Gray Bat on our little rave night. I got a little sneak preview. I figured I'll add that whenever I'm done with all these videos. Well, I hope you enjoy, and I hope that this tutorial can help you on the pants.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Alright guys, to start off with, what we're doing is that we're painting our little pants. You can either mark off where you're going to be putting the white paint, or you can just hand do it if you can eyeball it pretty well. You're only going to go down to about your knee roughly, or a tad bit, about a couple inches above it. I want a couple inches above it, but that's how far you're going to go. It's best to pre-mark yourself when you wear it, like with a black Sharpie or a white Sharpie if you're doing white pants instead. That way you can actually see when you go to paint it, and it won't be as noticeable when you're wearing it. And then just use black paint to touch up the little spots here and there. I would recommend when doing this that you pre-mark first, because as you can see, you'll see in here that I had a couple of mess ups, so I made bigger lines and thicker lines because the white is supposed to over-dominate the black. And it will take about 2 coats. That's how long it took for me. I hope that it turns out really well for you. It turned out really well for me. And the best thing to do is after you put your coats on in the front and back, you are going to put in the dryer for the heat treatment for an hour. Pull it out immediately and then hang it up to dry, and then wait about a week to wash it. One thing I forgot to mention is that when you are doing these pants, if you happen to be doing white, the reason why we're stopping at the knee with painting the white on the black is because from the knee down it's supposed to be completely black for her costume. So just be sure that you remember that when doing white or black. Be sure you do line up the pants with the shirt before you start this. It is best to do that. That way you can see which arrows you're going to be painting on first. It's always best to double check yourself first. Now after you painted the front and back of your pants, you're going to get out some wire. I used a little bit of baling wire, and I have little gray bat here helping me out. She hasn't done a video tutorial, so I figured I'd let her see how it is. And all you're doing is that you're bending it into a half of a bow. That way you line it up with your other piece and you twist it together afterwards. It's best to do it in 2 pieces because that way you can get the width and the shape that you want. Now after getting it out, all you're going to do is bend it into the shape that you want. This is going to be your skeleton to help keep the bow up. That way it doesn't move around too much or it doesn't fall down whenever you're wearing it. Now before you twist these pieces together, you're going to get your red fabric, preferably use the less shiny side, and you're going to fold it up into a shape of a bow to cover up the whole bow. And this is going to be the piece that's hiding against you, that way they can't tell that it's a whole set of fabric that you're hiding the exoskeleton from. And then just cut it out and do this twice for the other side as well. Remember, do this before you twist the pieces together. As always, be sure to pre-prepare your fabric before you decide to start hot gluing it. What you can do is use bobby pins or safety pins and pin this together to form the shape that you need. That way you can make sure you got plenty of fabric. It's always best to test it way before you even hot glue or twist these two together. Now before you glue your fabric to your skeleton, what you're going to do next is twist these 2 pieces together. Grab yourself a pair of pliers and keep twisting and twisting and interlocking each other until they're both together in one piece. That way they don't fall apart on you. And don't worry about little needles poking out or anything like that, because what you're going to do is you're going to be covering it up later. Make sure you do this before you go off and hot glue your fabric onto it. Now grab some tape. I use microfoam tape and wrap it around the middle. That way it also doesn't cut out through the fabric and it keeps it held together in place. That way you don't have to worry about it poking or anything. Now you're going to be taking out these bobby pins and start gluing. All I did was glue a dot on each corner and fold it in. And just keep folding in until it's fully tight, and do this for both sides. As always, I want to remind you that hot glue is very, very hot, so be very careful with this. Now you are going to make your fabric piece for the middle of the bow. What I did is I cut out a really long strip, glued it into an even set of fabric, and then I just kept wrapping it around the bow over and over again until it was fully wrapped, and just hot glued each little section, that way it stayed together. Now that you got the inner boning out of the way, what you're going to do is grab a bigger piece of fabric and wrap it around the middle. Make sure you space it about 2 or 3 inches a piece, that way it forms into an actual looking piece of a bow, and it also disguises everything that you did in the middle. Now that you glued the sides, get 2 pieces of fabric and glue it onto the back of the bow that's going to be laying on you, and these are going to be your bottom ends of the ribbon. Make sure you even them out and try to straighten out the best you can. With scissors it's a little hard to do, so if you have an X-Acto knife, this is the best piece for it. Now this goes back to the glove tutorial, so if you saw the glove tutorial earlier, this is the best reference to go back to. I'm not going to explain everything that I did here because it's in that glove tutorial, but it's the same process. The only difference is you're going to be making more spikes depending on how big your leg is. You need to cover at least half of your leg size, and these just need to be a little bit taller, and that's really the only major difference. The process is the same, and attaching it's a tad bit different, but the only difference is you're going to be, like for me, I had to add on 2 extra pieces of the Velcroing and everything, so it wasn't really that much difference. Just be sure to reference back to the glove tutorial for this one. Now for this section, what I did is that I put on the leggings first, and then I marked where I need each individual Velcro. It's easier to do it this way because you're going to need a little bit of space in between each spike unless you cut them off individually, because whenever you sit down or stand up, they're going to need a little bit of roughage, that way they can bend with you and that way it doesn't accidentally break off. And then as far as the shirt Velcroing on the shirt, same thing, mark where you need to Velcro it when you're attaching the pants and make sure that your lines line up. That is the easiest way to do it, and it's best if you had someone there to help you. Now for this part, you're going to be adding Velcro to the tip of your pants because this is where your shirt is going to attach. The reason why I say the tip is that way whenever you bend and stuff, the Velcro won't accidentally undo itself. This is the best way, that way you have plenty of room and don't have to worry about it. It stayed on me the whole time during the convention. I didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. This makes it look like a full bodysuit without the actual bodysuit. That way you can go use the bathroom, or if you're like me and have kids, it's easier to deal with kids this way. Now we're going to add the rest of the bow. All I did was grab some red ribbon and I put it about to the top of the leggings. I have an inner fold on my leggings to where it goes over my belly. So I just glued it to the top of that, and I put the seam where I'm going to be putting my bow, that way the seam hides. And this is going to help give the illusion off that it's a full bodysuit. That way it hides it, and I would stress strongly that you stretch this as you glue it, because whenever you sit down you don't want it to rip or anything. So it's going to look like it's a little strange to you, but once you put it on you couldn't even tell that it's a little rig it and all this other stuff. It's a lot easier to stretch it as you're gluing it on, so that way you can sit comfortably, and it makes the process a lot easier. And now we are back to the shirt. I'm sticking little tiny strips of Velcro above right where I Velcro the pants together. The reason why I'm doing this is so it holds up that little ribbon piece all the way around, so that way it doesn't look baggy and it doesn't fall down by accident. You're going to do the same to the ribbon, just put it right above the pants line, and that's going to help tremendously. And also, while you're doing this part, it's best to go ahead and pre-spray paint your leg spikes. That way they form and stay together, and that way it does the full cure for 24 hours. And all I did for the bow was put 3 Velcro strips down and then attached the bow to it. And that is it. That is how you make the pants. Like I said, it's a little lengthy of a video, but it wasn't too hard in the long run. It actually was fairly simple once I got the pattern down and started doing it. I do recommend that you have a lot of patience when doing these pants. It can be a little bit challenging when you have children and a husband and all this other stuff, but it's not too difficult and anybody can do it. Like I said, it's very simple, very easy, no sewing involved. Just as long as you have a hot glue gun, you can go very far. And I hope this was a very helpful tutorial, and I plan on posting some more. I'm thinking about start doing cosplaying every Tuesday and post a video about something that I make on a costume or something that could help you in your cosplaying adventures. Let me know what y'all think about this, and happy cosplaying!